So even red states are being denied assistance for natural disasters. First there was Arkansas, now there's North Carolina. Hurricane
Hey,
season's
beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So, guys, all credit goes to the creators in these videos and in today's video.
Another bad day for DJT. A three-panel federal judge has blocked and ruled tariffs by the president are illegal and unconstitutional. You heard me correctly. A three-panel judge rules tariffs are illegal and unconstitutional, directed by the president because it is an overreach of power. It violates our Constitution. They have ordered those tariffs to stop immediately. So what is going to happen now? What is going to happen with tariffs? Almost everything is blocked except for cars and aluminum. Likely the administration, of course, will file an appeal. So this has been a big loss for DJT today, and also he got a new nickname. Did you hear about his new nickname? His new nickname is Taco, okay? Taco is his...
Wednesday, May 28th, the Federal International Trade Court ruled that the Trump tariffs are no longer. They ruled that Trump exceeded his authorities as the president on those tariffs, and they have nullified them. All of them. With a permanent injunction, might I add. Permanent, heavy on the permanent. And yeah, he can appeal, and most likely he'll appeal all the way up to the Supreme Court. But at this moment in time, the beautiful, lovely tariffs are gone.
Government of the people, for the people, by the people. These are the rules that Donald Trump claims that he played by for Americans who are being hurt, ripped off, and left behind. Well, riddle me this, ladies and gentlemen. There was a gentleman who pleaded guilty in a federal trial. Yes, he pleaded guilty, was not found guilty. He pleaded guilty, admitted his wrong of what he did. He ripped off a lot of working class people who thought they were paying into Social Security so that they could retire with some dignity. But come to find out, this gentleman was stiffing them, taking their money, buying yachts, mansions, and other things with the people's money that were being supposed to have been paid into the Social Security fund. Donald Trump just pardoned this man and said that this man was targeted and wrongfully convicted. Now, how was a motherfucker targeted and wrongly convicted when he pleaded guilty? He pleaded guilty. He pled guilty, admitted what he did, and was robbing working class people. So, working class people, do you still feel that this motherfucker has your back? Inquiring Mind wants to know.
I decided to have my coffee today and just kind of look at MAGA's posting. Have you ever noticed they start off with Democrats you are? Do you ever want to slap yourself across the face, MAGA? Because why don't you say, what is Donald Trump doing to our country? Even though you support him. Because when President Biden was in the White House, or Obama, or any of those presidents, if I didn't like what they were doing, I didn't have a problem with voicing my opinion about it, because I am not a narcissistic psychopath who likes to voluntarily use your voice to fucking praise that moron up the wall and down the stairs. I mean, let's get real. The guy is about as Looney Tunes as you could possibly get. Like, literally, I work at the hospital, and I've had so many doctors say, what the hell is he doing? And half of them voted for him. Well, they did in 2016. They didn't in 2024. But at the end of the day...
So for those of y'all who've been keeping up with recent events as it relates to the farmers, right? We talked about Nebraska, and then we talked about Iowa. And all of these farmers, are losing their minds because they're losing their farms. And, they're scared. Well. Let me tell y'all what I heard today. So the lobbyist groups for the farmers are proposing another bailout of $16 billion. The last time syphilitic Sid did this in his first administration, they received a whopping $24 billion in bailouts. Well, this time around, syphilitic Sid said he doesn't know if he can do that. He's not sure that that's something that they can accommodate. Look, I love the farmers. The farmers are wonderful. They farm, right? They farm. But, we're trying to cut fraud and waste and a lot of unnecessary spending. So now these people and their lobbyists are trying to get bailouts. But what I want to understand is, what happened to you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps? What happened to we voted for him because he's a great businessman? What happened to we're going to put our trust in him because he's going to help us? Help y'all do what exactly? Lose your farms? Yes, that part. Because you know who invests in these companies that buy up bankrupted farms? Your vice president. So, to all you farmers that voted for this, thinking it was going to be like the last time and he was going to give y'all a bailout and y'all would get those subsidies to support yourselves and your farms and your families, it's not coming. Not this time around. It's not coming. You can just forget it. So, I wish you well. I hope it works out for you. Maybe, somebody can whisper in his ear and change his mind. You might want to reach out to Ivanka because she's his favorite and he listens to her, I guess. But they're not really speaking, ever since the insurrection. But I don't know. This is just word on the street. It's just gossip, but you didn't hear it from me.
So I'm always interested in hearing stories of why people are leaving MAGA. And for context, I live in the second most conservative county in Michigan, and I was at our local Dems meetup last night talking to this guy that I had met at an event a couple months back. And at that event, he had told me, my parents are obsessed with Trump, to the point that they had a Donald Trump as Rambo poster in their bedroom. And so when I saw him last night, I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? How are you? How are the parents? And he was like, well, actually, they hate Trump. And I was like, oh, really? What happened? And he's like, well, they really hate RFK Jr. And I was like, well, there's a lot to hate about the guy, but is there something in particular? And he, come to find out, he has a nonverbal autistic brother. And so that, of course, makes sense. And so I asked, well, so do they just hate RFK Jr. or is that translating back to Trump? Because those are two different things, in my opinion. And he said, well, the last text that I received from my mother is, Donald Trump lied to us all. Only God can save us now. So it's happening. And as much as I want to be part of the fuck around and find out mindset, where you voted for this, what did you think was going to happen? You only care about it because it's impacting you now. I don't know that that's a super helpful place to stay long term. And whenever people have these light bulb moments, what is our plan to welcome them back to reality? I don't have an answer for that, but it is something I'm thinking about. And so, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of hope today.
California 34. I was talking to an acquaintance today who is a manufacturer here in Los Angeles and imports lots of stuff. And I think he summed up Trump's tariffs the best. He said it's all so stupid. Trump's tariffs, simply put, to the people who actually manufacture in this country, who make things, who help make all of us wealthy, his tariffs are making their jobs impossible. And as my acquaintance said, we'll survive. They will survive. And there'll be good times on the other side, but they're going to survive this stupidity. No strategic aims, no strategic goals. his cabinet members and people in his administration get on TV and they sound oh so reassuring about these fake promises. It's just them stealing our wealth. It's insanity. Nope, sorry. It's stupidity. So what's on the other side of this is not more republicanism. I don't think it's more electing Democrats. I think it truly is an independent movement where we pass the policies that we all support and that we all want. Probably starting with a zero tariff regime and freedom and a tax system that works by throwing out the current version and starting over. No more stupidity. We can do better, but we all have to want to do it together. I think we can. No fear, only love.